मृदंग मृदंग घे, तू घे. He will play. करताल नाही. हरे कृष्ण. जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी, राधा माधव जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी. जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी. जय जय गोपी जन वल्लभ गिरिवरधारी. जय जय यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन. यशोदानंदन व्रज जनरंजन. यमुना तीर वनचारी. यमुना तीर वनचारी. जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी. माधव विहारी. जय राधा माधव कुंज विहारी. हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे. हरे जय प्रभुपादा 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 जय प्रभुपादा जय प्रभु. श्रील प्रभुपाद की अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की, नामाचार्य हरिदास ठाकुर की, प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद, श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की, हरे कृष्ण महामंत्र की, गौर प्रेमानंदे, समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय, समवेत भक्तवृंद की जय, समवेत भक्तवृंद की। हरे कृष्ण। Reading from second canto, chapter 10, entitled Bhagavatam is the answer to all questions. Shlok number 45, part 2. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayamudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavate Ruttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam, 10th canto, chapter 2, text number 45. Is purport part 2, but anyway we will sing the shloka. Nasya karmani janmado parasyanu vidhiyate kartrutva pratishedhartham mayaya आरोपितम ही तत् नास्य कर्माणि जन्मादौ परस्यानु विधीयते कर्तृत्व प्रतिषेधार्थम माययारोपितम हि तत् नास्य कर्माणि जन्मादौ परस्यानु विधीयते कर्तृत्व प्रतिषेधार्थम माययारोपितं हि तत् नास्य कर्मणि जन्मादौ परस्यानु विधीयते कर्तृत्व प्रतिषेधार्थम माययारोपितं हि तत् Mataji. Hare Krishna. Word to word meaning? No, never. Asya of the creation. Karmani in the matter of. Janma ado creation and destruction. Parasya of the supreme. Anuvidhiyate, it is so described. Kartrutva, engineering. Pratishedha artham, counteract. Mayaya, by the external energy. Aropitam is manifested. He for Tat, the creator. Translation and purport part 2, from where we finished yesterday. From there I will continue. Translation. There is no direct engineering by the Lord for the creation and destruction of the material world. What is described in Vedas about his direct interference is simply to counteract the idea that material nature is the creator. Purport, from where we left yesterday. The Chaitanya Charitamrita, the Chaitanya Charitamrita by Srila Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami describe this logic of Aja-gala-stana Nyaya as follows, as explained by His Divine Grace, Sri Srimad Bhakti Siddhanta Saraswati Goswami Maharaj. The material nature as the material cause is known as Pradhan, and as the efficient cause is known as Maya. But since it is inert matter, it cannot be the remote cause of creation. Kaviraj Goswami states as follows: Ataeva Krishna Mula Jagata Karan Prakruti Karan Eche Aja-gala-stana. Because Shirodakshay Vishnu is a plenary expansion of Krishna, it is he who electrifies the matter to put it in motion. The example of electrification is quite appropriate. A piece of iron is certainly not iron, not fire. A piece of iron is certainly not fire. But when the iron is made red hot, certainly it has the quality of fire through its burning capacity. Matter is compared to the piece of iron, and it is electrified or made red hot by the glance or manipulation of the Supreme Consciousness of Vishnu. Only by such electrification is the energy of matter displayed in various actions and reactions. Therefore, the inert matter is neither efficient nor material cause of cosmic manifestation. Shri Kapil Dev has said, Yathol Mukad Vishnu Lingad Dhumad Vapicha Sambhavat. The original fire, its flame, its spark, and its smoke are all one. For fire is still fire, yet is different from flame, flame is different from sparks, and sparks are different from smoke. In every one of them, namely the flames, in the sparks and in the smoke, the integrity of the fire is present. Yet all of them are differently situated with different positions. the cosmic manifestation is compared to the smoke. Because when smoke passes over the sky, so many forms appear, resembling many known and unknown manifestations. The sparks are compared to living entities, and the flames are compared to material nature, pradhan. One must know that each and every one of them is effective simply because of being empowered by the quality of original fire. Therefore, all of them, namely the material nature, the cosmic manifestation, and the living entities, are but different energies of the Lord, fire. Therefore, those who accept the material nature as the cosmic manifestation's original cause, Prakriti, the cause of creation, according to Sankhya philosophy, are not correct in their conclusion. The material nature has no separate existence without the Lord. Therefore, setting aside the Supreme Lord as the cause of all causes is the logic of Aja-gala-stana, or trying to milk the nipples of the neck of a goat. The nipples on the neck of a goat may seem like sources of milk, but to try to get milk from such nipples will be foolish. Om Ajnantimirandhasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurudmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurve Namah. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swami Nitinamine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpa Tarubhascha Kripa Sindhu Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Nama. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaur Bhakta Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. So this wonderful section of Bhagavatam, second canto, is now about to end. 10th chapter, that is the last chapter of second canto, and maybe 2-3 more shlokas are remaining, and then we'll be moving on to the third canto. So in this section, at least today's shloka and also a few shlokas before, like about the creation is being described, and further also down the line. But in today's shlokas, the point which was made yesterday wonderfully by His Grace Akinchan Krishna Prabhu, we all have heard that example, but still he made it very nicely, that that creation doesn't happen from Big Bang. Otherwise, we would have just planted bombs at various places, expecting the buildings to come up. It doesn't work in our experience. So we'll continue today discussing about the same point, especially in this section. The example of Aja-gala-stana Nyaya is given. Most of us have heard this. Basically, if we have seen male goat, he has to nipple like some outgrowths. It's a natural thing, nothing abnormal on the male goat's body, on his neck. So they look like nipples of a female goat, but if you try to take milk from them, it won't come. That's the Nyaya. And here that Nyaya or logic is used. Although it appears that they are the sources of milk, but milk won't come. Similarly, it's very wonderfully appears that Supreme Lord is not the source. So this material world itself is the source. Like all of us are very nicely influenced by Maya to think that we are a doer. We are the performer. Because of me, this is happening. Because of me, like a pilot may say, I am flying the plane. Or we may say, I am doing some software or whatever it may be. It very wonderfully appears that we are the performers, we are the creators, we are the enjoyers. It's very easily to be convinced that way. Similarly, actually everything is sourced from Supreme Lord. As it is said by this example, in the Vedas, okay, the point which is being made, the first sentence of this translation, let's read it, that is the point. There is no direct engineering by the Lord for the creation and destruction of this material world. So that means Lord has not got himself involved in creation and destruction of this material world. Lord doesn't do it. Natat karya, there is no karanam cha vidyate. For the Lord, he doesn't get involved in either creation or destruction. But then in Vedas, it is mentioned that the Supreme Lord is the creator. So that is explained. It is creator, it is mentioned like that just because to counteract the idea that material nature is the creator. Because it appears that his whole world is created like this whole thing, what is Big Bang theory or evolution theory. It wonderfully appears that Lord is not created or done this thing. It appears there is no role of Lord. That's to counteract that part. It appears that this material nature is the self-cause. It's just like put into motion creation and then winding up and then creation and winding up. Just like the clock is moving around on its own, this material nature is the cause of the creation. Or someone can say the souls are the cause of the creation. To counteract that, just to counteract this point, it is said the Supreme Lord is the creator. But then who is the creator? So first of all, let us understand, okay. The Supreme Lord, Krishna is not inert. Krishna is not inert and all powerful. The Supreme Lord is not inert and all powerful. The souls are not inert but also not all powerful. And the material nature is inert. It has no life on its own. So material nature cannot be the source of creation. Because it is inert. It just can't even start its activity on its own. It's just like, as we give the example, a standing car. In no chance it can just start itself and no chance it can just go around on its own. That's not on the road properly. That's not possible. It is inert. So material nature is inert. Jada vastu. It cannot be the cause of creation. Souls are not inert. They are life. But they are not all powerful. They are not all powerful. So they cannot be also the cause of this cosmic creation. They can be some way cause of some small creations in the material world. Only the Supreme Lord, who is non-inert and also all powerful, is the cause. But still, as we see, he is so expert. But then, here it is said, so first we understood the Supreme Lord is the cause of the creation. Souls cannot be because they are not all more powerful. They are not inert, but they are not all powerful. And the material energy cannot be, because it's inert. It has no consciousness, no energy of its own to do something. So only Supreme Lord is the option remaining, who is the cause of the creation. But then, what is stated here in the first line of this translation, there is no direct engineering by the Lord for the creation and destruction. It may seem contradictory, and that's what has been explained in this section of Bhagavatam. Lord Krishna is so wonderful, as it is said, Dushtikship. Lord has not done any direct engineering in the creation, maintenance of this world. Directly, he is not, as we call it, hands-on. He is not hands-on on the job of creation, maintenance, destruction. He just glances on the material energy, and that's enough. He doesn't have to do anything more than that. He just glances, like we all know, we glance. Yeah. And he just glances, and that's enough to roll the material energy, the Mahat Tattva, into motion, and the whole creation comes out. That is wonderful. Like today, there is so many technological progress to do things automatic as possible. And now, this today's age, what do you call it? AI is a step further. I heard the news, our Gaur Krishna Prabhu, Gaur Hari Prabhu, he has been still, like he is chosen or selected or whatever, in the top 100, just 1 minute. It's a wonderful movement. Gaur Hari Prabhu from IIT Bombay, he has now been listed in the top 100 most influential global leaders in the AI domain. It's a very wonderful thing. Can be used wonderfully for preaching Krishna consciousness, because AI by default we can plan. So AI is also ultimately planned. So AI has to be planned. But still, it's very wonderful thing. It appears that AI is doing wonderful. No AI, like today's age, someone just write me an application to whatever it may be, and AI does it. But still, it's so wonderful. We see AI is the cause of everything. I just put it on me, but ultimately they have to be planned. Some seed has to be given to them. It might be, they might be given lot of permutation, combination, and softwares to make new letters. But that seed has to be given. And once that is given, it appears so wonderfully happening, everything on its own. So something like that. The Supreme Lord is just like here lot of things have to be given to AI. I don't know, but our Pro is a computer engineer, he can tell, or some of you might be. A lot of things have to be given to AI also. And then only they can do something further. But here the Supreme Lord is so expert, he actually just glances. And that's all. And this whole creation with so much wonderful design and planning from atomic level to a universal level comes out. So therefore, all this planning, like who spoke? I don't know. Akinjan Krishna Prabhu only spoke yesterday, or someone I was hearing that, Akinjan Krishna spoke, or someone. Akinjan Krishna Prabhu spoke yesterday. That the length of all the DNAs in one cell, if we, just like 4 grams of DNA, that will be enough. If you have 4 grams of DNA, that will be enough to store all the data available in the universe. All the data in the universe, what we have, so be tetrabytes, whatever it may be. All of that can be just stored in 4 grams. I don't know how small they will be, but 4 grams of DNA. And then there are kilos and kilos of DNA in the universe. Not kilos, tons in all the species and everywhere if we see. So, and still Supreme Lord doesn't do anything directly. He has not engineered the DNA and the molecules and the atoms, and all that is just like a secondary atomic byproduct. So that's the wonderful part. The Supreme Lord. Lord says, Namam karmani limpante. The action and reaction doesn't affect me. Name karma phales purva. The Supreme Lord is the efficient cause. He is not the direct cause. He is not there to work on. But He is there. The universe cannot begin its creation without the involvement of Supreme Lord, because He is the only non-inert and all-powerful person. The souls are non-inert but not all-powerful, so they cannot do it. And the nature is non-inert, out of the question of being powerful. It's like a dead matter. So dead matter cannot start the creation. That is the nature. So anyway, so as I said, the Supreme Lord's, whatever we can call it, plan, design is so perfect. He just glances and everything is rolled into motion. And then the question might come, why does the Lord come then? He just comes, in Hindi we can call it ghumte firte, out of His own choice. Just He sees a wonderful devotee, Prahlad Maharaj is there. He is remembering me so intensely, such a wonderful devotee, being put into various troubles by his own father. Let me go. Let me go. So by his own choice, just to relax and to move around, the Supreme Lord comes to meet Prahlad Maharaj. Na karyam, na tatsya karyam na vidyate. So he comes. Then for Dhruv Maharaj, just 1 minute. Yeah. And when he comes to save Prahlad Maharaj, the Supreme Lord, He is the origin. He has all the feelings and the emotions and the spirits. The Supreme Lord also has fighting spirit. He likes to fight. So He fulfills that also. By fighting with, Narsimha fights with Hiranyakashipu. Lord Ram in Ramayana, what a wonderful fight. Few weeks back, I read and was describing Lord Ram's fight with this 14,000 Rakshasas along with headed by Khara, Dosha and Tishir. All alone, single-handedly, he killed them. Very intense fight being described in Ramayana. What a wonder that can be. So wonder. So Lord is full of all such, what do you call it? Non-inert, means actual desires of a conscious being. And He just comes to fulfill that. He doesn't need to come to kill Hiranyakashipu and like that. But He wants to fulfill His fighting spirit. And He says, oh, Hiranyakashipu is there. Or Khar, Dushan, Tishir is there. So something has to be done about that. Anyway, that can be managed easily. But He says, let me go. Let me fight it out. It's good. We all like it. Like wrestling, we like. Everyone, different people like different types of fighting. Some people like wrestling. Some people like panja. Some people fight with their intelligence through the game of chess and like that. So basically, it's fighting. Or cricket and football. And that's like very famous. It's a fight of the strength. So Lord also comes and Krishna is so expert. If the Supreme Lord is not present in the form of Karnodakshayi Vishnu, Garbhodakshayi Vishnu and Shivdakshayi Vishnu, this material nature will just crumble or collapse within not even few seconds, within milliseconds. If the Supreme Lord is not present in atoms as a form of Paramatma, the whole atoms will collapse down. They will not exist. It will just disappear. But at the same time, Lord is not doing anything to hold all the atoms in positions, all the neutrons and electrons in position. But He is present. He is required. So I will go on to some another slight topic, but connected to this shloka. In the last sentence of this purport, it is said, the nipples on the neck of a goat may seem like the sources of milk, but try to get milk from such nipples will be foolish. So I will also apply this logic because most of us here, for some of you, I don't see so, but maybe 1 or 2 of you, or maybe 3 or 4 of you might be coming for this class for the first or second time, means in your life. But most of you here whom I see are very regular devotees who have been chanting for many decades, some of you, but if not many years or months at least. So we'll apply this Aja-gala-stana to our Krishna consciousness and our Krishna conscious experiences also in life. So I will begin this discussion with this shloka, which is very famous shloka from Bhakti Rasamrut Sindhu 1.2. I think 124. I don't remember the exact number, but yeah, something like that. The shloka we all know, very famous shloka. We have said it, quoted it so many times to support honoring prasadam and chanting liberally. Atha Shri Krishna namadi na bhavet grahyam indriye sevon mukhe hi jivvado swayam eva spuratyada. Very famous shloka. Almost all the speakers quote it. Means not every time in lecture, but it is very commonly quoted shloka. It says 2 parts. Some other yesterday I was in GV and some scholarly devotees stay there. Here also, but there were also like Madan Gopal Prabhu, Gaurang Darshan Prabhu, Gaurang Bihari Prabhu. So I was feeling I was like a small firefly in front of them, big fires. But still, I could confirm my understanding today. And once I spoke what I want to speak today, they were so scholarly. They just started, not a good word to say, but rattling or just speaking so many shlokas in support of what I was saying. Are yahan pe aise bola hai, this place is in the comment. I said, okay, just tell me some little thing. I am not into so deep thing to go into so many shlokas and all these things. But anyway, so Atha Shri Krishna namadi na bhavet grahyam indriye sevon mukhe hi jivvado swayam eva spuratyada. I just wanted to say that I am speaking after discussing with the scholar devotees. So although it was my thought process, but supported and verified by them, giving many quotations from Shastras. So anyway, first here, okay, I can say the 2 lines gives part of the meaning and both the full meaning is combined. First, Atha Shri Krishna Nam Adi, Lord's holy name, and then form and katha and all these things. Nam Rupa Guna Lila and other things part of our Krishna consciousness. Na bhave grahyam, grahya matlab grahan karna, accepting. The Krishna consciousness is not na bhavet grahyam indriya. We all know indriya. 5 karmendriyas, 5 jnanendriyas. We know eyes, nose, ears, tongue, hand, legs, and they are headed by mind. So this Krishna consciousness is not accepted via the senses. The senses के माध्यम से Krishna consciousness प्राप्त नहीं होता है या अनुभव नहीं होता है, to say so. But second line says sevon mukhe hi jivva dau. We start the seva with jiva and others. We always say prasad seva. So we quote this part. Sevon mukhe hi jivva dau. It's correct. It's not wrong. Sevon mukhe. It starts with sevon mukhe. Jiva and others. Tongue, all the indriyas. Jiva dau means again all the karmendriyas or jnanendriyas. But then the last part of the shloka is swayam eva spuratyada. What happens? It swayam, on its own, it has to appear. Spurati comes out. The whole design or the whole meaning of this shloka, it has to begin with sevan mukhe jivvado. So we grahan, It begins by accepting Krishna consciousness via senses. I will explain it further. But then, at a later stage, it begins like, for example, we all say, no, I will sit and chant. And then we say, okay, let me chant. And we start chanting with the mouth. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. And then we try to focus, apply our mind and intelligence on the chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram. That is, what do you call it? Grahana. Our indriyas have started to work first. And then we are trying to bring in Krishna consciousness. Bring in our consciousness. It begins with the senses. We chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. And then we try to focus, we try to absorb. That is how it begins. Sevan mukhehi jivadau. It begins. But then, see, I'm discussing this because we should be aware of what is in the future. We should be striving for what is in the future. And we should be aiming and we should be achieving that future. So if we think this is the end of our Krishna
consciousness or our efforts, that is a bit illusion. Sevon mukhehi jivadu is a start. And then Swayam eva sfuratyada is the end. So how the chanting should be ideally? Is the Krishna consciousness is there, the pleasure is there, the joy is there, and the consciousness is already chanting Hare Krishna. And then it's chanting Hare Krishna and then it comes out of the mouth. Absorption is already there. Consciousness is already engaged in Krishna 24/7. And then automatically it comes out. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna. The tongue and the mouth and the lips are just acting without any effort to chant. That is Swayam eva Sfuratyada. By Jiva Goswami gives two examples to make this point. This is all Udhar ka matter hai from Madan Gopal Prabhu and others. But he told this commentary, he sent me on the that he gives two examples. One of Bharat Maharaj, means not Bharat Maharaj, the deer. And another was, whose example he gave? I don't remember. I will have to look out. Just 1 minute. Sorry for that. I forgot. I'll just see whose example is given in the commentary. One is certainly the deer. Sorry. Just 1 minute. Mruga Sharira, that was one thing. There is a deer. And Gajendra. Okay, yeah. Gajendra. The examples given by Shri Jiva Goswami is of Gajendra and Mruga Sharira. So that Mruga Sharira, as a deer, he has been performing Krishna consciousness as Bharat Maharaj. As a deer also he was performing Krishna consciousness. By, what do you call it? By giving up the association of other deers and just sitting near the sages and hearing their Krishna Katha. That was Grahyam Indriya. But at the time of the death, Srila Jiva Goswami explains, just 1 minute, at the time of death, what was in the consciousness of that Mruga Sharira Bharat? Narayanaya Haraye Nama Ityudara. He asya mrugatvam apiyah. Samujada jahara. Means at a time of death, the deer not from external effort, from the external Grahyam Indriya, he went and sat near the sages. But at a time of death, without external effort from the consciousness, the deer spoke or thought, because the deer may not be able to speak from the deer mouth, lips, deer tongue, that is not empowered to speak holy name. But in his consciousness that came out, Narayanaya Haraye Namaha. Iti Udaram. He spoke that way. The deer spoke in the sense that that came into his consciousness. What? At the time of death of the deer, it says, Narayanaya Haraye Namaha. And then he got the Jad Bharat body. So that is Sayameva Sfuratyada. It was not Grahyam Indri, effort from the senses. Similarly, Gajendra, apparently he did not do much Krishna consciousness in the Gajendra's life as an elephant. But whatever mantra and japa he has done in the past life, that was Grahyam Indriye. He has done it. That Sfuratyada came at a time when he was caught by the crocodile. And he put it 1,000 celestial years of fight up with the crocodile. And then he could see the end is close. I am losing. That time that he just took that lotus and the mantra japa he has done in the last life, that came out. So that is Sfuratyada. So the next question will come. Is that Sfuratyada only going to happen during the time of death? The examples, because both examples given are during the time of death. My understanding is it will not be happening. It should happen now also. But it will be proven and manifested and checked and confirmed at the time of death. Verified, yes. It can be 100% verified by the consciousness at the time of death. It's like a check. But it did not, all the sadhakas doesn't have to wait till the time of death to get this, what do you call it? Swayameva Sfuratyada. It can happen in this life. It is like Prahlad Maharaj. He was just, it is said, he was Krishna conscious, deeply embedded in love of God. And he is getting up and dressing up and going to school. They were just inadvertently happening in his life. Prahlad Maharaj's example doesn't have to wait till his death to be Sayameva Sfuratyada. So we have to understand that in our Krishna consciousness also, that we have to move on, or we should be aware that that change has to happen, or we can try to do some efforts and understand what is in the road ahead. Or if we are already there, it's wonderful, we can move further ahead. The change from Grahyam Indriye, from Sevan Mukhe Jivado, that is Grahyam Indriye, to Swayameva Sfuratyada. So, just to move further ahead, similarly, it is said, what is that bhajan? Kevala Ananda Kanda. Parama Karuna. Yeah, thank you. So, this Krishna consciousness is a full experience of bliss and joy. Oh, good. But see, what I am saying, what level of Krishna consciousness is not wrong. I am not saying this is wrong. I am saying we have to move on from Sevan Mukhe to Sfuratyada. So Sevan Mukhe is right. It has been recommended to start with. So I am not saying it is wrong. I am saying we have to move on from Sevan Mukhe hi Jivado to Sfuratyada. So that change has to happen, will happen. We should be aware of it. We can try to get it. Yeah, it will happen only by Krishna's mercy. But our effort has to be there. And that should be expected, desired, planned and experienced. And need not be only at the time of death. That's my point. So Sevan Mukhe Jivadu is also a wonderful level. That's the way we will all start with. It's not denied or rejected. So the point
experiences of this life, or our Krishna conscious experiences, will also start with Sevan Mukhe Jivadu. The pleasure, the joy of our Krishna consciousness generally begins with wonderful prasadam. Good, not bad. a wonderful kirtan. It's the tune is what I like. I like the kirtan because it's like pleasing or satisfy the tunes, and the music system is satisfying to my ears, my framework, my frame of mind. That's a good start. And that's the standard start also. Not a good start, that's a recommended start. That's a standard start and a recommended start. That is Grahyam. We are accepting Krishna consciousness via the senses. And we are putting our efforts, we are applying our senses. Sevon mukhe hi jivvadau. To be Krishna conscious. That's a wonderful, recommended, good start. But at some point of life, our Krishna conscious progress, our experiences should be free from the sensual experiences of our life. How the prasad tastes, how the atmosphere is, are the devotees good with me, is the kirtan singer singing as per my taste. The Krishna conscious joy and satisfaction is of the soul.
See, when our joy and satisfaction of Krishna consciousness is still Grahyam Indriya, it is wavering, unsteady and temporary. Which is the quality, which we say, what do you say? Like in our JOSD, the material pleasures are wavering and temporary and flickering, all these things. They will also apply to our Krishna conscious experiences if they just remain on Grahyam Indriya level. The Krishna conscious satisfaction, pleasure and joy will be beyond this only when that experiences doesn't go from outside to inside via the Grahyam Indriya senses, but they come from inside to outside. I don't know how to explain this concept, but whatever way I can, I am trying to do it. So that's the way our Krishna consciousness has to be. Sevan Mukha is good start, but Sayam Eva Sfuratyada is what we want to achieve, like Prahlad Maharaj. And when once is on that level, no one can shake anyone. No, if our Krishna consciousness, pleasure, joy, experiences are dependent on the atmosphere, on the other people or devotees or the climate or the singer or the speaker, or even prasad menu and etc., it's good, it's wonderful. We are shifting from materialistic pleasure to the spiritual or devotional pleasure. It's wonderful, excellent. But the movement has to go on. If we are unaware of it, then we'll still move, because that will be the effect of holy name. But we should be aware of it, striving for it. We should know that our Krishna consciousness is consciousness of the soul. It's not dependent on the taste of the prasadam. It's not dependent on who is the singer. It's not dependent how the singer is singing. It's not dependent on how are my experiences in the temple hall or whatever it may be. It's not dependent on how devotees are behaving with me. If that is, these things are affecting our experiences of Krishna consciousness, then that is still on the level of Grahyam Indriya. We have to continue Sevan Mukhe. But when Krishna consciousness just springs out from the soul, from our consciousness, inert nature, then all these external things will not be affecting our Krishna consciousness. So, this logic of Aja-gala-stana nyaya, that if our Krishna consciousness experiences and joy and pleasure and deep satisfaction is dependent on our sensory experiences within the spiritual realm, that will also not be permanent. Ultimately, the experiences have to come from the soul. That means from the consciousness. Not from even the mind and intelligence. From the consciousness. That is the real source of Kevala Ananda Kanta. Not the experiences of Krishna consciousness based on the senses. That point I wanted to make. So I think, I don't know, I could make it properly or not, but whatever I could, I tried to speak out. Thanks. It's before time, some other. So if any comments from the senior experienced, and actually all are senior experience for me, but still to name, we have His Grace Krishnanam Prabhu, and who else? Mukundmala Prabhu, Manohar Prabhu are over here. I don't know Mata's names, but they are also there. And on the back, Rasikacharya Prabhu, Rasikaram Prabhu, whomever I can see. Rudranath Prabhu, by his order, I am sitting over here. So any comments, clarifications, Krishnam Prabhuji or anyone else? We have 2-3 minutes. We can end early also. Or any questions or doubts, we can take. I think we can end. Hare Krishna. Srila Prabhupada ki, Srimad Bhagavatam ki. सूरत में था तो एक श्लोक है ग्राह्यम इंद्रिये सेवन मुखे जीवादो स्वयमेव स्फुरति अधः